basketball. It fuels the dreams of kids. From the neighborhood playgrounds where visions of stardom begin. To the school gyms where lessons of teamwork are taught and characters are molded. After months of practicing and competition, each young man finds his role, making his contribution to a learning cause. And if he's lucky, the dream continues to grow. Come March, those dreams can come true in this larger-than-life arena at the state tournament. You're looking live at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, site of the State Boys High School Basketball Tournament. It has been an exciting 4 days. And now we reach the climax tonight, the State Boys High School AAA Championship between Logan and Beckley. You know, in sports in West Virginia, there are some great rivalries. Pitt and West Virginia in football, Marshall and West Virginia at the Henderson Center in basketball. But probably none can match this for sheer emotion and adrenaline as the State Boys High School Basketball Tournament. And these two great rivals who will play here tonight, Beckley and Logan. You know, the two teams have won 14 AAA titles between them, but they have never played each other in the title game. That changes tonight as they meet here for the title, adding to the drama of this event. What kind of game can we expect? Well, Vic Herbert, the head coach of Logan, told us before the game he's going to do what he's done all season, run it up and down the court. That's what Beckley does. So look for an up-tempo game, an exciting game for the 13,000-plus fans who packed in the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum for this AAA championship game. Now, courtside with a play-by-play for tonight's game will be Tony Caridi and Jay Jacobs. Gentlemen.
All right, thank you very much, Hoppy Kercheval. It has been a tremendous Class AAA state tournament. We go back to the quarterfinal round, and Jay Jacobs, 3 of the first 4 games go into overtime, and Beckley given a big scare in that opening round against top-rated South Charleston.
Tony, what a way to open up the tournament, exactly that way with the game you called. Beckley, South Charleston, double overtime. Beckley in that lower bracket, right through comes Beckley, and they go right into the finals with a victory over a tough Brook team. On the other end, Logan and Martinsburg. Boy, they hooked up in a barn burner, and then Logan defeats Parkersburg last night, and you've got a great Beckley-Logan final.
All right, as Hoppy mentioned, 14 state championships between these two clubs. However, they have never met in the state championship game, but they are not strangers by any stretch of the imagination. They played twice in the regular season, 2 very good ball games.
Oh, they were. They lined up and really cranked it out. On January 4th, the Wildcats won a thriller in Logan, 89-85, and then right back in Beckley on February 8th, an 87-86 overtime game.
Well, if you enjoy fast-paced run-and-gun basketball, this is the place to be tonight. It's Beckley against Logan. We'll have the play-by-play coming up. Right now, let's go back to Hoppy Kercheval.
All right, Tony, Jay, thank you very much. Well, you can hear the noise level in the background. Things are picking up. It's going to be fun. Come along for the ride for the state AAA championship between Logan and Beckley. Back after these messages.
How does your bank react when you ask for a home equity loan? All-day banking? Free checking? How about a mortgage loan? Line of credit? Won't even listen, huh? Bet they don't even know your name. Must drive you clean out of your tree. Well, if we were you, pal, we'd bank with us.
Mark.
Jeep days are here.
Yeah.
Your chance to get 50th anniversary savings on the rugged Jeep Cherokee Sport you've always wanted.
Right now.
4 doors and more. Plus, get great deals on the legendary Jeep Wrangler.
I've always wanted one.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Don't miss out. Get to your Jeep and Eco dealer now and save big during Jeep Day.
There's only one Jeep.
Right.
See your West Virginia Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1991 West Virginia State Championship is brought to you in part by the United States Marines, the few, the proud, the Marines. By One Valley Bank, the one bank for all of West Virginia. By Go-Mart, go for the good times, go for Go-Mart. By Pepsi and Diet Pepsi, proud to be a part of West Virginia high school basketball. By the University of Charleston, where you can choose your destination and get there. And by your West Virginia Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Welcome back to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Sold out crowd, 13,000 plus. It is going to be loud in here tonight as Beckley meets Logan for the AAA championship. Now, 2 championships have already been decided earlier today here at the Civic Center. In AA, it was Tulsa against Wheeling Central. Let's look at how the 2 teams arrived at the championship game. For Wheeling Central, they were trying to repeat back-to-back championships was their attempt today as they met the Tulsa Rebels. For Tulsa, what a story here. Veteran coach Don Smith in his first season as the head coach of Tulsa, just the 4th year of existence for the school. Halftime, Tulsa led 27-23. In the second half, Tulsa began to pull away. Kurt Martin, 17 points, hitting from three-point range. Mark Dillon, 16 points. Tony Waller had 15. And Joe Donzella, 13 for Wheeling Central. Tom Burgoyne, 10 for Wheeling Central. It was not enough. The last shot, meaningless. And the Tulsa fans celebrate. The Tulsa Rebels win the AA title, 61-49, the final there. Now, before the AA, after the AA game today, it was the single A title game between Birch and Peterstown. Here are the brackets, how they arrived at the championship game today. For Peterstown, they were undefeated. They wanted just one more victory. How about those Birch Dogs, though? Everybody knew it was the Dogs today. At halftime, Birch had the big lead, 34-20. Peterstown fought back, but Roger Workman was just too much for Birch. Workman had 23 points. Chad Johnson led Peterstown with 15. In the end, Birch wins it, 67-53. Birch, the single A champions. Their fans celebrate as well. We've had 2 exciting games already. Next up, the AAA title game between Beckley and Logan. Back with the game after these messages.
Mountaineer Mitsubishi and Mountaineer Acura, together a powerful combination in Beckley. Mountaineer Acura is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Acura, rated #1 in customer satisfaction 4 years in a row. Mountaineer Mitsubishi is the state's largest Mitsubishi dealer and features a great line of vehicles like the Galant. And see Mountaineer for complete, honest service and lots of quality GM Company cars. Mountaineer Acura and Mountaineer Mitsubishi, together on North Valley Drive in Beckley.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Okay, and you're gonna count me down to Frank? Okay. Okay, so you just want me to throw when the time expires. Is that correct? Welcome back inside the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. The Beckley Flying Eagles and the Logan Wildcats getting set to get it on. 2 teams who know each other very well, as we mentioned at the onset. They split in the regular season. Beckley comes in at 24-2 overall. Logan at 22-4. And for the Flying Eagles of Beckley, looking for a second consecutive state championship, something, Jay, that they haven't done since back in the early 1950s. You expect a very fast-paced game with key players for Logan, Jeff Miller, and Mike Wilson for Beckley.
Well, I do. I think Miller's going to be a guy who can get out there and do some things. He'll have to play well. He's coming off, Tony, an ankle injury on Monday in practice. That slowed him down a little bit. Didn't play well in the first two games. A little bit better last night.
All right, time now to get this session underway, the AAA championship. Let's turn things over to the voice of the Civic Center, Frank Blake.
And welcome to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. In anticipation of tonight's championship game, we ask you to stand now for the invocation. Our invocation will be given by Nitro High School student Joey Gross.
Let us pray. Our Father who art in heaven, as we approach thee at this time, thankful for this day, for the peace we enjoy now as a nation, for being able to have enjoyed and participated in this tournament. May we always hold dear the friends we have made and the lessons we have learned. We ask thee to be with us now through tonight's activities, helping all to be benefited. From this night forward, guide the graduating seniors as they enter new thresholds. Help them take hold of every opportunity and endeavor to reach their dreams. Be with each one represented here to watch over during the game and deliver them safely from home with their families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Playing tonight for the Class AAA Championship, let's welcome the Logan Wildcats. Let's welcome the Beckley Flying Eagles. Introducing Logan's head coach, Nick Herbert. Meeting at center court with Beckley's head coach, David Barksdale. For Logan, assistant coaches, Red Hanlon, Roger Gertz, Mike Dalton, and trainer Diane Maynard. For Beckley, assistant coaches, Butch Freeman and Bob Boland. For Logan, the support staff, A.D. Hale, Audie Murphy, Keith Vance, and Matt Wade. The support staff for Beckley, Click Bandy, Kevin Moppin, Stephen Webb, Sean Persinger, Kevin Pinnell, Greg O'Neill, Jesse Terry, and Mike Boyden. The Lions Club host for Logan, Mike Maggio. The Lions Club host for Beckley, Rat Thom. And now introducing the squads. For Logan, number 30, Sonny Green. For Beckley, number 10, Anthony Walters. For the Wildcats, number 44, Jason Brennan. For the Flying Eagles, number 12, Brian Neighbors. Number 50 for Logan is Wally Maynard. Number 20 for Beckley, Daniel Oberdorf. For Logan, wearing 24, Jay Mullins. For Beckley, 34 is Mike Robertson. For the Wildcats, number 10, Robbie Atkins. For the Flying Eagles, number 42, Alvin Morton. From Logan, number 34, Guy Miller. From Beckley, number 50, John Scarlett. And for Logan, number 20, Robert Elderton. For Beckley, 54, Ronald Hamby. And now the starting lineups for Logan, the 6'1" senior, number 32, Darrell Banks. For Beckley, 6 feet, a senior, number 22, Mike Wilson. For the Wildcats, at 6'6", a senior, number 4, Deandra Murphy. For the Flying Eagles, the 6'3" sophomore, number 24, John Payne. From Logan, 6'2", a senior, number 5, Robert Minter. From Beckley, 6'6", a sophomore, number 30, Shady Cleaner. For Logan, at 6'7", a senior, number 54, Dan Rush. For the Flying Eagles, the 6'3", sophomore, number 32, Ryan Pulicerto. And for Logan, 6'4", senior, number 12, Jeff Miller. For Beckley, 6'6", a senior, number 44, Glenn Staples. We ask you to please rise now for the singing of our national anthem by Nitro High School student Rebecca Robbins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets renewed, the bomb bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Get ready to go. A sellout crowd. It's Beckley and Logan. What more could you ask for? We'll play for the state championship coming up.
When you've got things to do or people to see, you don't need to be slowed down. That's why you gotta go for Go-Mart. We keep you going with good things to eat and drink and quality Go-Mart gasoline, so you can be on your way. And Go-Mart's open all day, every day, even holidays. When you want to keep going, go for Go-Mart.
Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart.
Welcome back inside a sold-out Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. It's the Logan Wildcats against the Beckley Flying Eagles, and we welcome you back inside the Coliseum. I'm Tony Caridi along with Jay Jacobs. It's the matchup everyone's been talking about, and a sellout crowd ready to see it.
And Logan's going to have to get off quickly in this game, Tony. Look for the inside advantage to Logan, outside on the perimeter to Beckley.
Beckley wearing their home white uniforms Logan in their road blue. Center Dan Rush will tip it off against 6'6" senior Glenn Staples of Beckley. And we're all set to go. Opening tap controlled by Colasurto. He lays it up and in at Shea Fleener. Off the tip, and Beckley scores first, 2 for the sophomore, Fleener. Beckley starts off in a man-to-man defense. Here's the big center, Dan Rush, tying it up.
Right inside against Staples. That's a key matchup. Rush has been playing well in this tournament.
On the other end, John Payne off the mark. The rebound to Rush. Here come the Wildcats. Darrell Banks up the floor. Senior Jeff Miller working against Payne. Logan takes the lead.
Nice move to the baseline. Got back quickly on defense, but nice shot by Miller.
Colasurto called on the double dribble. Turnover, Flying Eagles, and Logan will take it back.
No, neither team's let anybody down here tonight, Tony. They're going to push it both ways.
There's head coach Vic Herbert of Logan in his 5th season. As head coach of the Wildcats, he has brought his team to the state tournament 4 of those 5 years. Colasurto watching Robert Minter. He had a big game last night, and his shot won't go. Miller rebounds. Murphy underneath draws the foul.
Andrea Murphy playing so well in this tournament. A big ball game last night against Parkersburg. Starting off quickly here tonight. The move on the inside, you see him catch that ball off the rim. Watch him turn around and take it right up against the defense and draw the foul.
So Murphy, who had 22 points in last night's semifinal victory over Parkersburg, steps up. Last foul call went against Glenn Staples of Beckley, his first.
And Vic Herbert has to like what he sees, because on the inside, Tony, that's the key. I think the advantage is to Logan on the inside.
Murphy misses both, takes the loose ball back, and they'll call him out of travel. There's head coach Dave Barksdale of Beckley trying to bring his team to a repeat in Class AAA as the champs. This is Colasurto working against Murphy. Delayed on the shot. Rush forced him to rush, and Logan takes the ball with a 4-2 lead. Murphy to Rush. The big guy. Tipped by Minter. Staples takes it down. Inside, the reach will be called on Logan. Darrell Banks called on the reach. That'll be his first personal and the first team foul against the Wildcats.
Not the foul you're looking for out there. Staples way out of his area, although he has 3-point range. Not from that distance, a reach around foul. Logan in that 2-3 zone. They like to run out of that. A quick release.
Colasurto up top. Nice feed inside for Fleener. Now the Eagles will set it up. Staples.
Can't show that, Tony. That's the middle of that defense, and Dave Barksdale will really exploit it. And Staples is an excellent shooter from right there around the foul line.
Down the other end. This is Rush against Staples. Shot blocked. Colasurto takes it down, and they'll call a whistle and a foul on DeAndre Murphy of Logan. Murphy picks up his first as he reached around the back there of Ryan Colasurto.
Boy, when you have the advantage on the perimeter with your shooting, if you're Logan, and they are down the floor, Vic Herbert pushing that defense back down the floor, you can see Logan pick up, but they slide back into a 2-3 once the ball gets into half court.
Payne takes it inside for Staples. Tough defense. Rebound to Murphy. Here come the Wildcats. Miller down to Rush. And Dan Rush gives Logan the lead back.
Both centers for each club, Staples and Rush, run the floor extremely well.
Now Mike Wilson, he's their three-point shooter. Not this time. Fleener follows it up. Rebound down to Jeff Miller, the senior point guard. Banks, watched there by Wilson. He'll take it.
You notice, Tony, the ball gets in Miller's hands. They're a pretty athletic team. They're very simple. They get the ball, usually one pass, and they put it up at the hoop.
Inside, Colasurto forcing one up. Here comes Logan. Murphy ahead to Minter. Tough luck there for Jeff Miller. Colasurto. Count it. Plus the foul. Ryan Colasurto.
Boy, next to play by the point guard, Mike Wilson, on a look-away pass in the middle, and he hits Colasurto. And that's one thing. Look at that look-away pass and right inside of Colasurto, laying it up with a left hand. You see, Beckley does a great job, Tony, of finishing off. That's one of their strengths. When they get the ball and get the numbers advantage, they can score.
Colasurto completes the three-point play. Logan by a point. 4 minutes, 32 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Banks inside, rush, nice fake.
Boy, it came from the opposite side, and right now against that Beckley defense, Logan's successful in going inside.
Wilson. Now John Payne will try for three. Staples tracks it down, and they'll call him out of travel.
Well, one thing is that 2-3 zone, the shots from the perimeter, the ball will bounce long off there. Very live baskets here, and the ball will kick out. You have to protect the middle of the defense, and Logan is doing that.
Wildcats with a three-point lead. Here's the entry pass, stolen away by Staples. 3-on-1 Beckley. Inside, it's Payne. John Payne, the 6'3" sophomore, with his first field goal. Rush again. Now Miller for three. Wilson running the Flying Eagle attack. Nice pass to Fleener. And they'll call Murphy on a reach-in. It will be his second.
Boy, they do a good job of getting down. Beckley does, and pinpointing that ball. Wilson has played extremely well to start this basketball game. He's seeing the court well and getting the ball inside. And we mentioned they're able to push it up and off the glass.
Timeout on the floor, 3:25 to play in the opening quarter. The Wildcats on top by 1.
Shoot for the top at the University of Charleston. Don't pass off an opportunity for an exciting education. Take your interest in sports and academics to new heights with one of UC's 40 majors, from sports medicine to interior design. You'll get the personal attention you need to be the best and the hands-on experience you need to work with the pros. A good education, challenging sports, and great campus life. Shoot for the top and go for it at UC. For more information, contact the admissions office at the University of Charleston.
How does your bank react when you ask for a home equity loan? All-day banking? Free checking? How about a mortgage loan? Line of credit? Won't even listen, huh? Bet they don't even know your name. Must drive you clean out of your tree. Well, if we were you, pal, we'd bank with us.
Welcome back to Charleston, and congratulations to our cheerleading winners. Fairmont West, Tulsa, and Parksburg, Notre Dame. The state cheerleading competition held here earlier today, and over 5,000 in attendance. Congratulations to the lucky ladies. Back to action we go. Mike Wilson's three gives Beckley the lead.
And don't think for a minute he can't shoot that. That good two-hand set shot.
Who said the set shot was dead? Here's Banks on the other end. He puts it up and in, and Darrell Banks scores his 4th point. Logan ties it up at 12.
And I'll tell you something, Tommy, early on, both of these clubs are playing good defense. They're just right now just excelling so well offensively against each other.
Miller off the miss from Wilson. and the Wildcats will set it up. Here's Banks. He's been hot.
Yeah, Staples didn't give him a real good look. Should have stepped out there. Banks off to a great start.
Mike Wilson, the senior, over to Colasurto. Ryan's shot not there. Murphy with another rebound.
See that 2-3 zone. That's an excellent rebound zone to come out on and start your fast break. And Logan prides itself. Started with the famous Willie Akers.
Minter inside. Murphy can't get it. Minter again. Count it. The foul.
Tony a little lazy on the inside was Beckley that time defensively. The ball went up and off the glass. It sort of laid in the middle of it, and Minter comes right in. Here's the move, but watch Minter come right back around the defense, get the basketball in the middle, lay it up softly, and draw the foul. Good play by Robert Minter.
Dave Barksdale's Flying Eagles down by 4 with 2:16 to play. That last foul call went against John Payne, his first. The big guy, Staples, takes it up the floor. Now Wilson. Staples for 3. Got it.
Boy, I'll tell you, hits you outside or hits you inside, and Staples can hit that three-point shot. That's a great advantage. He's a fine basketball player.
All-time leading scorer in Beckley history. Here's Miller in a crowd, scooping and scoring. Now Payne for Fleener. Another 3 for the Eagles.
Hey, how about it? Is this West Virginia basketball or what, Tony? I mean, you line it up, you cannot ask for anything better than that.
Miller watched by Payne. Minter takes the loose ball. And inside we'll have a foul call against the Wildcats on a push. It'll go against Darrell Banks, and that'll be his second.
Dave Barksdale right there, and you know that matchup between Barksdale and Vic Herbert has been a good one in their little series there.
Yeah, they've met 12 times since Herbert took over at Logan, and the Wildcats have won 9 of the 12 meetings. That was the 15th foul against Logan.
Former West Virginia player under Gail Catlett, Vic Herbert.
Mike Wilson will step up to shoot the 1-and-1. Oh, they'll change the shooters. They'll bring Shea Fleener up. 6'6" sophomore who is hitting 78% from the free throw line, averaging 9 points per game, 5 so far tonight.
Nice looking player. He's off to a good start in the championship game. Only a sophomore.
Wildcats will try to take the lead. Tied up at 18. Miller slicing, won't go. Rebound, Banks. He'll draw the foul.
One observation early is the quickness of Logan on the inside on the offensive boards. I think that's been an early advantage to Logan. It's not been the first shot that's hurt Beckley. It's been the second and sometimes third shot. And right now, Vic Herbert has his club playing well. .108 to play in the opening quarter.
Logan fans have been in here for over an hour. As soon as the doors opened, the seats were filled.
Yeah, Beckley wasn't right behind them. I'll tell you, they came down the other side almost as quick.
So Logan by a bucket. Steal for Miller. Down the floor for Minter. Beautiful shot. Minter with his back to the bucket. Now the steal. Minter again. And they'll call the foul on Beckley's Fleener over the back of Dan Rush.
I'll tell you right now, to talk about the inside now, DeAndre Murphy is out of the basketball game, and in is Green, and Green gives them a lot of quickness. He's one heck of a talent. The fans are going to enjoy watching him run up and down this court. They are much quicker when Green is in the lineup.
Checking in for Logan, number 24, Jay Mullins.
Jay Mullins will come in. Logan goes to its bench for the first time tonight. He'll replace Darrell Banks, who heads to the bench with 8 points. He leads Logan in scoring at this point. That was the 4th Beckley team foul. On the inbounds, it's Rush.
Boy, he has a nice soft touch. Anytime they get the basketball, right now, nobody's been able to handle him very well from Beckley's standpoint defensively. I'd use him a lot early because he is playing great basketball.
A 6-0 run by Logan, and they lead it by 6 inside of 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think Dave Barksdale wants to take it down right here, Tony. Get one shot.
Pulasurto takes the baseline and draws the foul with 7 seconds to play.
Boy, that should never happen against his own defense. Logan really broke down a little bit there. You got to give Pulasurto that outside shot. You make him beat you with that. He's very, very difficult when he puts the ball on the floor with his left hand and attacks along that baseline. Snake-like moves, and he is one heck of a foul shooter, and he and Staples are just major league at that foul line in clutch situations.
Pulasurto will have another. Beckley looking to come within 4 of the lead. 7 seconds to play in the first quarter. Wildcats looking for one at the horn. Here's Minter. Losing it. Pulasurto at the buzzer. Online, but short. We've played 1 quarter of action, and Logan leads it 24-20 in our AAA state championship.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. For more than 215 years, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps have responded to the challenges that have faced our nation. They have been called upon to do so once again. This station salutes these brave men and women. The few, the proud, the Marines.
SSAC congratulates baseball champions East Fairmont, Independence, and Peterstown. And the baseball season not far away from starting off again. Logan on top of Beckley 24-20. We head into the second quarter of play, and Jay Jacobs, no question that Vic Herbert's got to be happy with how his team played in the opening 8 minutes.
Right, because Vic is clubs likes to go inside, and if he's successful that can open up some other things for him. And I think the first quarter he has played well and has done it a lot with his inside people.
Dan Rush, watched by Staples, takes the baseline, and Dan Rush scores his 10th point of the ball game. Logan by 6.
Nice move by Rush along the baseline. We've been looking at him on the inside, that time down the lane.
Staples 3 off the mark. Here come the running, gunning Wildcats. Miller. Staples takes the miss.
Not a good shot.
Staples again from the outside. The rebound down to Miller. Nice pass. The bucket will not go. Sonny Green called on the travel.
Well, I think Green was a little fooled that time. Miller usually likes to keep the basketball, Tony, in his hands a little bit longer. That's as early as I've seen him give it up, even before he reached midcourt.
Pulasurto up top. Now Wilson looks for another 3. Rebound down to Jay Mullins. Miller nearly loses it. He does. Staples won't go. Nice rebound inside, and the bucket won't fall. Now Hamby follows it up and in.
Boy, Hamby right inside along with Robertson. 2 changes, and now Beckley becomes a little bit stronger. I think Dave Barksdale had to get some meat in under those boards to fight off the inside play of Logan.
Yeah, he's got Hamby watching Dan Rush. Sonny Green on the drive. Count the bucket and the foul.
Boy, Sonny Green, I just mentioned him coming into the game. He doesn't start for Vic Herbert. First sub off the bench, but boy, does he make things happen. He's had a steal earlier in the first quarter. Now here in the second quarter, he makes a great move down the lane, hang time in the air, and uses the glass and banks it in.
Mike Robertson of Beckley called on the foul. His first. Logan with a 6-point lead. Make it 7 as Green converts on the 3-point play.
And Logan is playing a great ball game. Everybody on the court for Logan has contributed in some way.
Inside, it's Hamby over Rush, and they'll call a push foul against Robertson underneath. He pushed away off of DeAndre Murphy.
Yeah, when you got DeAndre Murphy, who got some rest there in the first quarter when Vic Herbert went with a smaller lineup when he brought Green in there. Now Murphy back and well rested. You know, he only played half the year, Tony, which you know, and he's just now getting back into real shape. He came back very heavy.
Darrell Banks comes back in. Dan Rush to the bench. As Dave Barksdale tries to straighten out his troops, they trail by 7 with 6:14 to play here in the opening half.
Doesn't mean a thing. Beckley's a great club, a better club, I think, in playing from behind than what Logan is.
Off the miss by Murphy, they'll call the foul against Sonny Green. Going after the miss, that'll be his first. Well, if you'd like to have a copy of this game on videotape or any of the previous 20 state tournament games, send $22.95 to the video store located in Huntington, 806 8th Street, or give them a call at 525-4222.
Tony, I would think the rest of this first half, I would see the game slowing down a little bit, mainly because the activity on both ends, both clubs running, finishing off. There will be some fouls, and both clubs are in the bonus. So I see it slowing down and spending some time at the foul line. There's a very serious coach who really knows how to run a basketball program, Dave Barksdale.
Glenn Staples makes both. And Logan on top by 5.
Beckley man-to-man defense, straight up. One thing now, Rush is out of the game. Let's see where Logan tries to attack. Probably try to use Murphy on the inside as much as possible. Penetration by Miller.
Miller again comes up short. Staples takes down the rebound. Beckley trailing it by 5. Here's Colasurto for 3.
Don't let him get hot, because that's the secondary part of his game. That's the type of thing you've got to give him. I think that Logan cannot pull around, probably would have to get Rush on the inside. They're really small down inside now.
Minner inside, won't go. And the possession will go to Logan. Dan Rush back in. The 6'6" senior center has already scored 10 points. Sonny Green goes to the bench. You see the wrist wrap there on Sonny Green. He injured himself slightly in last night's victory over Parkersburg. Beckley so far 4 of 8 from 3-point land. As Darrell Banks goes to the bucket with his 10th points. So 20 of Logan's 31 points have come from Rush and Banks. On the inside, the miss, Miller takes it down. Now Banks is after it. And Staples will be called on the reach.
And Dave Barksdale doesn't like that call. Staples from behind, reaching with Banks in the open court. Banks did a great job of coming up with the basketball and in traffic. Down the middle, and you see Staples chase him and reach around, try to knock the ball away.
32, Darrell Banks at the line.
Good call. You can see the contact on the reach.
Yes, it was.
Second one not there. Staples after the miss. Minner comes up with it in the corner. As Staples takes out the table, and there's a three for Darrell Banks.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has played some great. There's timeout.
Timeout on the floor. 4:45 to play in the opening half. Logan leads it 35-27.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. Is this irrepressibly lovable, unsurpassably callable, and intimately soulful? You got the right one, baby.
With 100% NutraSweet.
Mountaineer Mitsubishi and Mountaineer Acura. Together, a powerful combination in Beckley. Mountaineer Acura is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Acura, rated #1 in customer satisfaction 4 years in a row. Mountaineer Mitsubishi is the state's largest Mitsubishi dealer and features a great line of vehicles like the Galant. And see Mountaineer for complete, honest service and lots of quality GM company cars. Mountaineer Acura and Mountaineer Mitsubishi, together on North Valley Drive in Beckley.
Secondary School Activities Commission salutes football champions in AAA Brook, AA, and in Single A Birch. Logan with its biggest lead of the night, 35-27. Coming up on the 4-minute, 30-second mark. Here's Mike Wilson looking for a three. Got it!
How many times during the course of the year a big basket, and Mike Wilson's come up with that two-hand set shot for three-point range, and that was a big one.
Oh, that's a very big one, Jay, as Beckley comes back to within 5. Here's DeAndre Murphy. Now Sonny Green. Miller closely guarded there by Robertson. He'll take the baseline, and they'll call the offensive foul against Jeff Miller.
Well, Miller tried to go into territory where there wasn't much. One thing that Beckley does do well is collapse defensively as a team and against that baseline. They do a great job. Here's the move by Miller with the right hand, and he goes up in the air, which is a favorite of his, and a lot of times no place to come down except against the defense.
A lot of times he gets himself in trouble.
Oh, he sure does.
Flying Eagles down by 5. Here's Colasurto spinning, shooting, and scoring. What a beautiful play from the sophomore, Jay. He now has 10 points.
Well, you know, I've watched him for 3 or 4 days here, Tony. He has a great ability to hang time. Not exceptionally fast, but makes the right play very smart.
Inside, Mike Robertson will pick up the foul on Jeff Miller. Miller posted him down there on the low block, and he backed in.
I think Mike Robertson upset because when the foul was called, Jeff Miller handed the ball to Robertson. Robertson's in this game, great defensive player, and he's in there to take Miller, and they match up well.
Sonny Green back to the bench. That foul against Mike Robertson, his 3rd. Dave Barksdale will go back to his bench as John Payne.
Now that Robertson, number 34, in the regional final against Oak Hill, he held Stuff Lentz, their outstanding player, to no points in the final 4 minutes of that game, instrumental in the win.
Jeff Miller makes the first of a one-on-one opportunity. He'll have the bonus. Payne takes down 36-32. Beckley down by 4.
Still Logan at 2-3 zone. Staples try to get him inside, Tony. He's gone away. They haven't used him much. He has been able to score when he gets the basketball.
Colasurto finds Wilson. Another rainbow. Good.
Well, what they've done with Wilson gets a 2-3 is putting foul line extended. The open area put Colasurto at the point. He splits the middle, drops it off to Wilson, and he's red hot.
Banks on the drive. Offensive foul. And suddenly the Logan Wildcats See their 8-point lead trimmed down to just 1.
Look at the move inside. Logan has the ability to like to attack the basket going up in the air, and I think Beckley has done a great job here of getting back and taking that charge.
Three-minute mark of this opening half. Class AAA state championship. Beckley, another try for Wilson. Not this time. Rebound down to Jeff Miller. Ahead to Sonny Green, but Beckley is back. Green in the crowd.
In a crowd, right-handed, and laid it up with the left hand off the glass.
Now Fleener for 3. Not there. Murphy down to Big Dan Rush.
Watch him go in the open court.
Stripped away. Here's Mike Wilson. Hamby.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Well, we promised you run and gun, and here it is. Colasurto will pick up the foul.
Boy, the move down. Watch, Wilson finds him early, and he goes inside against 3 Logan defenders and lays it right up. An outstanding pass, and that ball sailed about 45 feet.
Ryan Colasurto picked up that last foul, his second. Minter makes the front end of the 1-and-1, and 6'1" senior Robert Minter, who's headed for Marshall University to play football next season, scores his 5th point. Logan withstands the charge, 40-37.
Excellent point, Tony. It's been really nothing but little mini breaks in this first half. Everybody, little spurts, but everybody fights everybody off.
Colasurto over Rush. DeAndre Murphy rebounds and walks.
What happened there was, instead of pushing that ball out in traffic, DeAndre Murphy put the ball on the floor. He had people, in all fairness to him, are trying to take off on the break away from him. He didn't see anybody to pass it to, but you got to clear it out.
Fleener up top to John Payne.
Beckley with 3 sophomores on the floor right now, and Payne, Fleener, and Colasurto.
How good is this Beckley team going to be in a couple of years, in the next 2 years? Here's Payne from long range. Jeff Miller tracks down the rebound. Logan leads it by 3 inside of 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I would say in most games, take it easy, guys. Slow it down, but no, not going to happen.
Here's the steal for Colasurto. 4-on-2. They'll call the foul on Logan. Robert Minter called on the block.
Foul is whistled on Logan's number 5. Robert Minter.
Class AA All-Tournament team, congratulations to Scott Hartzell of Bridgeport, Mike Hagee of Williamson, Davey Fox of Midland Trail, Tom Burgoyne of Wheeling Central, Brian Woolsey of Pineville, Kurt Martin of Tulsa, Damian Saunders of Wheeling Central, and Mark Dillon of Tulsa, our All-Tournament team, Class AA. Announced earlier today, congratulations to the AA champs, first ever state championship to Tulsa High School.
And I'll tell you, Tony, wasn't that an outstanding tournament with quality teams in there?
Oh, it was a great one, Jay.
Played hard, all those teams.
Ryan Colasurto makes 1 of 2, and Beckley to within 2 of the lead.
Payne on Miller, matching up.
Colasurto with another steal. Payne can't come up with it.
Well, he couldn't get his hands and his legs together on that one. He had a great breakaway. You got to remember about this Beckley team, because of their defense, they average 8 steals a game. So they can get after you. And they don't press, and they don't double team. They do it like straight up man defense, and they make a lot of great plays, and because they do square up and play good basic man-to-man.
Logan has led by as many as 8. That lead now stands at 2. Minter takes the baseline, loses the ball, gets it to Rush inside.
See how he always gets position when he catches the ball. He was really out, but he made sure that his body was in control before he shot the ball.
Here's Fleener looking for three. Miller takes it down. He's got a man down the floor, Sonny Green. Takes his miss back. Stolen away. Inside of 30 seconds in the half. Wilson off the glass. Knocked out, it will belong to Beckley. With 24 seconds to play.
Beckley, some big people inside trying to step out. Push into the corner and try to get Wilson open if they can.
Fleener. Inside Colasurto, knocked out. It will go to Logan.
Colasurto does a great job of drawing the contact, but as a sophomore, you'll get stronger and be able to power that move. That's what he tried to do that time, but couldn't keep control of the ball.
Murphy, he's been quiet. Hamby takes the miss down. 6 seconds. Colasurto with 2. No good, and we have completed our first 2 quarters of action in the 1991 Class AAA State Championship. And the Wildcats of Logan lead it by 4 over the Flying Eagles.
When you've got things to do or people to see, you don't need to be slowed down. That's why you gotta go for Go-Mart. We keep you going with good things to eat and drink and quality Go-Mart gasoline, so you can be on your way. And Go-Mart's open all day, every day, even holidays. When you want to keep going, go for Go-Mart.
Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart.
Shoot for the top at the University of Charleston. Don't pass off an opportunity for an exciting education. Take your interest in sports and academics to new heights with one of UC's 40 majors, from sports medicine to interior design. You'll get the personal attention you need to be the best and the hands-on experience you need to work with the pros. A good education, challenging sports, and great campus life. Shoot for the top and go for it at UC. For more information, contact the admissions office at the University of Charleston.
Welcome back to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Halftime, and our score, it's Logan on top of Beckley by a score of 42-38. We welcome you back. Logan took as many as an 8-point lead in the opening half. Jay, what's your story on that game?
Oh, fast-paced game, Tony. Just a beautiful game to watch. This is West Virginia basketball away, and I'll tell you, folks, it'll get better in the second half, believe me.
All right, we invite you to stay tuned as Logan tries to hold on to its lead over the defending AAA champs. Hoppy Kercheval will be back with a special guest when we return to Charleston.
How does your bank react when you ask for a home equity loan? All-day banking? Free checking? How about a mortgage loan? Line of credit? Won't even listen, huh? Bet they don't even know your name. Must drive you clean out of your tree. Well, if we were you, pal, we'd bank with us.
Jeep days are here. Yeah. Your chance to get 50th anniversary savings on the rugged Jeep Cherokee Sport you've always wanted.
Right now.
4 doors and more. Plus, get great deals on the legendary Jeep Wrangler.
I've always wanted one.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Don't miss out. Get to your Jeep and Eagle dealer now and save big during Jeep Day.
There's only one Jeep.
Right.
See your West Virginia Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Halftime score. All right, welcome back. Charleston Civic Center Coliseum halftime score. Logan leads Beckley 42-38, and just what we expected, an up-tempo game. Should be a thrilling second half. Welcome back. Charleston Civic Center Coliseum AAA championship game. It's Logan 42, Beckley 38. It has been, as we expected, an up-tempo first half. Should be a thrilling second half. With me now is Jim Hamrick, the Executive Secretary of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. And Jim, you're a former coach. What do you think of this first half?
Great basketball game. Running the ball up and down the floor, shooting good, playing good defense. Just a real exciting basketball game to watch.
Pretty much what we expected, I think.
Right, both teams play up-tempo game and like to press a little, like to run every time they get the chance. Good basketball.
Jim, the SSAC has put on this high school event, and it's a tremendous event. What are some of the other things the SSAC is involved with?
Well, Hoppy, we're involved in a lot of things. We are active in a Project Target, our Project Target, which is a drug and alcohol abuse program. We've involved the schools in that. They're doing a great job with it. We're also sponsor our Academic Achievement Awards. We also have a scholarship program. We give 5 scholarships to deserving seniors to go on to college. Those kind of things we're real proud of.
Also sponsor the cheerleading activity, the competition, which is getting bigger every year.
Great. We had a great crowd this morning. I understand we probably had about 5,000 people in to watch the competition this morning.
Plus, you oversee all the coaches and all the officials in the state.
Right. We've got about 2,000 coaches, 2,700 registered officials, game officials that we oversee also.
So you handle the officials. Now, no one ever complains about the officials, do they?
No, we never get any complaints about officials. No, the officiating in this tournament, as always, has been very, very good. It's a lot of places in the country, they have problems. They don't even let the fans in to see the games and those kind of things. We don't have those kind of problems.
All right, Jim Hamrick, Secondary Schools Activities Commission, thank you very much. Halftime, Logan 42, Beckley 38. Back with the second half with Jay and Tony coming up after these messages.
Mountaineer Mitsubishi and Mountaineer Acura. Together, a powerful combination in Beckley. Mountaineer Acura is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Acura, rated #1 in customer satisfaction 4 years in a row. Mountaineer Mitsubishi is the state's largest Mitsubishi dealer and features a great line of vehicles like the Galant. And see Mountaineer for complete, honest service and lots of quality GM Company cars. Mountaineer Acura and Mountaineer Mitsubishi, together on North Valley Drive in Beckley.
Gates is a graduate of Shepherd College. His
Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1991 West Virginia State Championship is brought to you in part by the United States Marines, the few, the proud, the Marines. By One Valley Bank, the one bank for all of West Virginia. By Go-Mart, go for the good times, go for Go-Mart. By Pepsi and Diet Pepsi, proud to be a part of West Virginia high school basketball. By the University of Charleston, where you can choose your destination and get there. And by your West Virginia Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
From the outside to the inside of the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, where the Logan Wildcats lead Beckley by a score of 42-38. Tony Curry alongside with Jay Jacobs. Some fast and furious action in the opening 16 minutes, Jay.
Well, there isn't. There's no room for any slow people in this game, no doubt about it. Of course, you get people who are going to go up and down all the time, and you have a player by Beckley who's done such a great job, Ryan Colacerto. Look at the penetration down the lane. Now, he's splitting that defense, and that hang time is the most important thing with him, and he's able to scoop with that left hand.
Colacerto finished up with 11 points there in the opening half. On the other side, Jay, Jeff Miller of Logan knows how to lead the break.
Well, he does. This time he pushes out into heavy traffic, but this is a great play, an outstanding finish off by Robert Minner, taking the ball, getting control of it in traffic, and laying up from the left side over his head.
Robert Minner finished up with 6 points in the opening half of play. Take a look at the statistics through the first two quarters. 17 for 33 shooting for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and more shots for Beckley, who's arched a few up, but I think the key there is that Logan has out-rebounded Beckley 24-18, and that has to be a happy point for Vic Herbert, because that would be a big concern, I think, Tony, in this game.
And the big numbers that stick out at you there: 6 for 19 from three-point range for Beckley. Leading the way for the Wildcats, it's Darrell Banks with 14 points. Senior center Dan Rush with 12. Minner has 6. Jeff Miller and Sonny Green each with 5 for Beckley. The leading scorer for the Flying Eagles is Ryan Colacerto with 11 points. Mike Wilson with his 3 three-pointers has 9. Glenn Staples with 7. Shea Fleener with 5. And Ron Hamby with 4 points.
We know Beckley's big people are scoring. Their big scorers are producing, Tony. The name that wasn't on there for Logan was DeAndre Murphy, and he's a real key for them because you get him off. He's played such great basketball and then an outstanding game last night, and he's a real key for Logan to start here in the second half.
Awards presentation going on here at halftime, and here's some other awards that were passed out today here in Charleston. The Class Single A All-Tournament team from Birch High, Billy Irwin and Roger Workman, along with Kevin Hadfield, Travis Jackson of Peterstown, Mike Vinson of Vinson, Matt Seitz of Franklin, Shannon Blem of Mullins, rounds out the Class Single A All-Tournament team, and the Birch Bulldogs winning the Class Single A State Championship. And so we've got 16 minutes to play in this Class AAA State Championship game. Beckley, it seems, never got into their offensive flow. Now, what's Dave Barksdale going to have to do about that?
Well, I think he'll get people. He is a type of coach that spends so much time defensively that sometimes he makes his offense kick off of that. And I think that right now, he's got to get people into the right positions. You know, he's a great club that they can finish off. They like to run, and I mentioned earlier in the first half that they can get down and get into good position. But you got to give Logan credit. They've done a real good job of getting back in defensive transition and lining up against the men defensively and shutting some of that game of Beckley's down.
Yeah, how big of a defensive fan is Dave Barksdale of Beckley? Well, if you go into his office at Beckley High School, on his phone receiver, there's one word across the receiver. It says defense.
Well, and
he preaches it.
Yeah, he does, and there's a lot of posters in that office that show some other things. He's a very positive coach with his kids. You notice that he's always in control of the game. He's out there clapping and encourages players. On the other end, Vic Herbert does the same.
Logan has not won a state championship since 1983 when they defeated South Charleston. On the other side, it was Beckley winning the state title last season with a victory over the Bulldogs of Martinsburg. But Beckley has not repeated as a state champ since 1954. Head coach Vic Herbert kicks back.
Vic Herbert, outstanding job done at Logan, and right now he's got to be feeling pretty good, Tony.
If you'd like to obtain a copy of tonight's AAA championship or any of the 20 games that preceded this one, you can contact the video store located at 806 8th Street in Huntington. Give them a call at 525-4222, 525-4223. Play-by-play and all the action from the 1991 state tournament for just $22.95. Well, tonight's copyrighted broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by West Virginia's Secondary School Activities Commission to the Metro News Network solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the Metro News Network is prohibited. Take a look at the shooting totals. 51% from Logan in the opening half, and Beckley shooting 35%, Jay.
Well, I think the key right there, Tony, is that Logan's gotten some better shots and some good second shots. And that was in the early part of this game where they beat the board. I think they beat the boards, and in the later stages, I think Beckley shored up their defense a little bit and started to cut down on those second and third opportunities by Logan.
We've shown you several crowd shots here inside the Civic Center Coliseum tonight. It has been a record-sized crowd throughout the 4 days of this tournament. They have set 2 all-time records here. Over 13,000 on Wednesday when Dave Barksdale's club took on South Charleston in the opening AAA quarterfinal. And then last night, they put over 13,700 in here for the semifinal round. And so the State Secondary School Activities Commission has another diamond to add to its crown jewel of events here in West Virginia. They'll have over 75,000 people as the total attendance for this 4-day event. And Jay, for those that have never been here, you're missing something.
Oh, that's for sure. I thought that Jim Hamrick made a great point with Hoppy Kirchville at halftime talking about the officials. When you have a game like this going up and down, you don't even notice the officials, and that's the greatest compliment you could pay them. They have done a tremendous job in the first 16 minutes of this basketball game. Because if you don't have your sneaks and they're not on fire, you got to be rolling in this one. And those guys have gone up and down with these players the whole first half.
We're 16 minutes away from crowning a Class AA state champion. Maybe more than 16. We've had 3 games in this AAA tournament already go to overtime, and Logan was involved in one, and Beckley was involved in the other. In fact, Beckley went double overtime in its victory over South Charleston.
Yeah, I was sort of looking at your face when you made that statement. I could see saying, hey, you know, we've already had 3. I better not say that so quick. You're right.
Beckley in possession, down by 4 to start this second half. There's Mike Wilson. Lets the 3 fly. That's his 4th three-pointer.
Boy, a guy out of my own heart. That 2-hand set.
You thought that was no longer used, Jay, but maybe there's hope for you yet.
I love to see that shot.
Colacerto steals and scores.
Great start for Beckley. 4 quick points.
And Beckley comes back to take the lead. Oh, those wise words of Dave Barksdale in the locker room at halftime as Minter draws the foul out front.
Boy, he really got a hold of Colacerto there at the top of the key, and Ryan just could not get into position to stop him. Minter's just too quick down the lane. Colacerto needed some help back on that defense that time.
Darrell Banks into the Logan lineup. Jeff Miller will go out. That last foul against Ryan Colacerto, that's his 3rd. Here's DeAndre Murphy. Rebound tipped up. Minter got it.
Boy, there Logan goes on those offensive boards again, getting inside the Beckley defense.
Logan takes the lead back. John Payne inside to Staples. Now Colacerto in a crowd, can't get it to fall. And Staples steps over the end line, and Logan will have the possession.
Good job of blocking out by Darrell Banks there. Gives up some size, but a good positioning job.
So the Wildcats by a point. 6 minutes, 40 seconds and counting now. Here's another steal for the quick-footed Ryan Colasurto. He's got 15, and Beckley takes the lead back. Green up top. Now Murphy. Rebound down to Fleener. Payne for three. Too strong. Rebound taken by Minter. And they'll call the offensive foul against Logan's Dan Rush. Pushing off with his arm, commits his first personal.
Well, right now, Beckley has talked a little bit at halftime about their defense. Now, watch in the corner, the push away by Rush, and he just sent Fleener flying about 6 feet. And you don't want to do that really on the offensive end. You're taking away plays like that. And I realize Dan was trying to get inside position, but not good enough.
Timeout on the floor. Beckley has come back to take the lead.
When you've got things to do or people to see, you don't need to be slowed down. That's why you gotta go for Go-Mart. We keep you going with good things to eat and drink and quality Go-Mart gasoline, so you can be on your way. And Go-Mart's open all day, every day, even holidays. When you want to keep going, go for Go-Mart.
Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart.
Shoot for the top at the University of Charleston. Don't pass off an opportunity for an exciting education. Take your interest in sports and academics to new heights with one of UC's 40 majors, from sports medicine to interior design. You'll get the personal attention you need to be the best and the hands-on experience you need to work with the pros. A good education, challenging sports, and great campus life. Shoot for the top and go for it at UC. For more information, contact the admissions office at the University of Charleston.
Welcome back to Charleston. And the SSAC salutes its wrestling state champs, Parkersburg South in AAA, Cameron in Class AA.
Once a Lowcat fan, once a Wildcat fan, always a Wildcat fan.
Beckley leading it by one. Here's Colasurto. Rebound down to Robert Minter. Here come the run and gun and Wildcats. Banks can't get it to fall. Mike Wilson takes it down and fires for Fleener. Too far.
Yeah, and Wilson knew that. He knew he had the defense back in front of him. Not a good decision on the part of Mike Wilson. But boy, he's done everything else about right tonight. Payne on Miller.
Here's Minter. Out to Rush. Wide open. Banks. Minter after it. Rush takes it. Blocked by Staples, and he takes the ball.
Nice job by Glenn Staples there. When timing was perfect against Dan Rush.
Staples will take it, and they'll call an offensive foul against the senior center. That'll be his third.
Excellent call that time. Staples trying to do it by himself. Penetration down the lane. Much more difficult when you try to score off the dribble. You got to use your other four people.
Jeff Miller tries to give the Wildcats the lead back. Banks to Minter. Colasurto all over him. Bad move. Here's the steal. Another for Colasurto to Payne. Count it, and the foul.
Excellent job, Ryan Colasurto taking the ball. The advantage there, folks, he dribbles with the left hand and protects the defensive man. Right there, Rush can't quite get by. Then Payne uses his body at the other end to finish it off from the left side. Watch Colasurto, watch the finish here. the determination on the part of Payne, and he draws the foul and makes the basket. Crucial point, I think, here, Tony, is the fact that Logan is not a great club coming from behind. I mentioned that earlier. It's worth mentioning again. We'll have to see what they do.
Minter to Rush. He's tough inside.
Well, that's a way to prove me wrong. A nice move on the inside, and that was a big basket.
Entry pass, Staples. Staples hasn't scored here in the second half.
Boy, does Beckley get back. They recognize what a great player Miller is.
Miller goes one-on-one, and it comes up with two.
And I think Miller's great when he rebounds the ball early, like right there.
Colacerto on the other end. Rush with the rebound. Logan with a chance to take the lead. Minter has it rejected by Fleener. It will belong to Logan.
Very active on the boards. Two outstanding defensive plays down there against Minter, and then the dive out of bounds. Coming on the inside, the ball goes up. Here's the breakaway, the block by Fleener. Watch Colacerto and Minter both go after it.
Back to live action. Miller can't get it. Tipped by Murphy, won't fall, and Staples takes it down. Tied up at 48 all. Here's the big guy. Rebound down to Dan Rush. Wildcat attack.
Rush has done a great job in the last 2 or 3 minutes on the defensive boards. There's a real smart play. Caught that ball up at the top of the key. Knew it wasn't his area. Bounced the ball 2 times off the dribble. Got a closer shot and banked it home.
Payne for 3. Darrell Banks.
How about that under control, Tony?
Logan takes a 4-point lead, and Beckley will take a timeout. 2 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the third quarter, and the Wildcats come running back to take the lead.
How does your bank react when you ask for a home equity loan? All-day banking? Free checking? How about a mortgage loan? Line of credit? Won't even listen, huh? Bet they don't even know your name. Must drive you clean out of your tree. Well, if we were you, pal, we'd bank with us.
Welcome back to Charleston. The SSAC congratulates Huntington, the girls track state champions, and Ravenswood, the state champs in AA. We've got a great one going here. Logan leads Beckley 52-48 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. Beckley had taken a 4-point lead at 48-44, and the Wildcats go on an 8-4 run, Jay, or an 8-0 run, I should say, to take the lead back. And there's the rebound, and that's the key.
And Tony, one thing that happened here is to get a turnover call is that in the early part of the second half, Jeff Miller, Logan, came out of the ball game. Dick Herbert told him a couple things. He went back in, and since then, he has been stripping the basketball beautifully along with Dan Rush. Good timeout by Barksdale there, though. And they saw the momentum chasing towards Logan.
Rush Can't get it. Murphy follows it.
Well, right now it's that second opportunity, and Logan is on the offensive boards.
That's the first field goal of the night for DeAndre Murphy. Colasurto reaches in, and they'll call the foul on Ron Hamby.
You know, I spoke earlier about Logan not being a club of coming back, but they certainly from behind, but they certainly have done it with plays like this on the defensive end. Murphy, excellent inside position that time, and they reached over his back.
Miller steps over the end line. Unforced turnover, and Beckley will take it back, trailing by 6 with exactly 2 minutes to play.
Well, when Miller goes that way along the left side and down the baseline, I think that's where he's at least effective. He needs to stay out and point that defense from up top.
Beckley sets the offense. Wilson over to Brian Neighbors, who's now in. Now Colasurto. Hamby follows it up.
Number game.
Miller finishes.
Yeah, one of the few times he wasn't in the middle.
Logan has its biggest lead of the night at 8. Miller with the rebound. Darrell Banks to Minter. Staples. That'll be his 4th foul.
Boy, I could read Dave Barksdale's face. He looked up. He wanted to play start his 3rd quarter, and he wanted to see which play to go there, but it was such a quick change of direction. Logan getting the basketball, and this is vintage Logan basketball. The great bounce pass on the break, and an excellent play by Minter to draw the foul.
Glenn Staples, frustrated. 4 fouls for the leading scorer on this Beckley team. He averages 18 points per game. And with 1:09 to play, time has been called. 56-48. Logan on top. With that timeout there, Jay, taken by Beckley, the Flying Eagles have just 1 timeout remaining, and we still have another quarter to play.
But really, Tony, I think he had to call the timeout, mainly because Staples were at 4. You could have gone ahead and substituted and got him out of there, but there was also the play right now that he had to try and take this crowd out of the game. I don't think he could have waited. There were just 2 great plays by Logan and some poor shooting and some poor shot selection on the part of Beckley. Dave Barksdale, I think, really did the right thing, whether he has 1 timeout or what left. It will hurt him at the end.
One thing about this Beckley team, Jay, is that they can score points in bunches because of that ability to hit the 3-point shot and, of course, their up-tempo style.
Well, and also the fact, though, that Staples is one of those 3-point shooters. Wilson is the other from outside, and now Staples is on the bench. You know, one thing, Tony, I think that Dave Barksdale is not going to be, and I mean not going to be able to rest Staples too long here. I think he can right into the quarter, but you got to have him back in the basketball game as quickly as you can in the 4th quarter.
Correct ourselves. Beckley has 2 timeouts remaining. They have 2 timeouts left. As we resume play, it'll be Robert Minter stepping up.
Well, 2 timeouts is better than 1, but it was he'll still miss those down at the end. I still think it was really a good call, but a call that he had to make. Okay, there's a guy that's really excited, Vic Herbert, and I think he's going to pat some guys, not his stars on the back. They've all played well, but boy, Minter and Banks and Rush have just been superb here this evening.
57-48, the Wildcats by 9, inside of a minute now. Wilson for 3. Fleener with the rebound. Now Fleener from the baseline. Murphy takes down the miss.
Well, he put Ormdorf in there. He's not a 3-point shooter, just what we suspected. Barksdale trying to get back in with a three-point shot.
Miller puts up his miss and in.
Don't mess with Miller right now. He feels it.
Hamby to the bucket. Got it.
How about one shot here, Tony? 17 seconds left. Place will go crazy if they hit off of this.
Murphy got it. The Logan Wildcats take control in the third quarter as the play gets physical. Logan by 11 with 1 quarter to play.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. Irrepressibly lovable, unsurpassably callable, and intimately soulful. You got the right one, baby.
With 100% NutraSweet.
Mountaineer Mitsubishi and Mountaineer Acura. Together, a powerful combination in Beckley. Mountaineer Acura is West Virginia's only Acura dealer. Acura, rated #1 in customer satisfaction 4 years in a row. Mountaineer Mitsubishi is the state's largest Mitsubishi dealer and features a great line of vehicles like the Galant. And see Mountaineer for complete, honest service and lots of quality GM Company cars. Mountaineer Acura and Mountaineer Mitsubishi together on North Valley Drive in Beckley.
Congratulations to our state basketball champs, girls basketball, Morgantown in AAA, St. Mary's in AA, and Birch in Class Single A. The crowd is fired up in that Logan student section. 11,794 in here tonight. Another sellout. 8 minutes to go in this AAA title game. Logan leads by 11. Banks makes it 13.
They're really doing what they want to do right now, but now, from the Logan standpoint, it's got to be at the defensive end.
Staples out there with 4 fouls, hits for his first field goal of the second half.
Well, Dave Barksdale had to put him back in. He's the guy, the go-to guy, the senior, the leading scorer all time at Beckley.
Offensive foul call will go against Logan's DeAndre Murphy, who gets caught pushing off. That'll be his third personal. Another look as Murphy tries to gain position from Staples.
Well, Staples catches the ball, reaching out and up over the top, and Murphy catches that basketball but pushes off to do it.
Dave Barksdale on that Beckley sideline is trying to work his team back into the ball game. They're trailing it by 11. Payne for 3. This is one way to do it.
Well, they are a club that can come back, and they do it with their threes. That's a big one by Payne, and right now, we're looking at an 8-point game.
Inside, Murphy. That was blocked away, and Beckley takes it down.
I'll tell you right now, I can see old Mr. Moe coming back towards Beckley. They hit one here. You're going to see the other cheering section go crazy.
Hamby inside. Plus the foul.
Tony, I called it a unique, just concede. It's changing right now, and Logan with a timeout.
We've got a timeout taken by Logan as Beckley storms back.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. For more than 215 years, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps have responded to the challenges that have faced our nation. They have been called upon to do so once again. This station salutes these brave men and women. The few,
the proud, the Marines.
The SSAC salutes Huntington, the boys state track champs in AAA, Dunbar in AA. And here in Charleston, Logan leads it by 6 with 6:45 to play over Beckley and Ron Hamby to make it a 5-point deficit. Beckley is trailed by as many as 11 here in the quarter. Rebound, Robertson. And the ball will go to Logan. An excellent effort by Ron Hamby in an attempt to save, but the ball hit behind the backboard on the way out, and so Logan takes it back. 6:39 to play.
Put a little star on Hamby's head, Tony, because he's come off the bench and really done a nice job here.
Averages 5 a game, Jay. He's already got 8. Here's Minter forcing it.
Hey, you know, you go to Miller, you go to Rush, you go to Murphy when it's big. Robert Minter has stepped up another level tonight.
Payne up top to Wilson. Payne wants it from 3.
2 in a row for him for 3.
The three-pointer has brought Beckley back into the game.
And we said it probably would. That's their advantage. That's where they play big.
Inside, the shot will fall for Darrell Banks.
And that's where Logan plays big.
Jay, he's got 20 points. Wilson won't go from 3. Now Miller. Being harassed by Robertson, and they'll call the foul.
Well, Miller doesn't have great speed, but he has a strong body. And you don't want to gamble against him out there and try to steal the ball. But I'll tell you something right now. Mike Robertson is almost as strong, if not as strong, as Miller is. And that's a banging point guard matchup.
That's the 5th team foul against Beckley. The 4th personal against Robertson. And Jeff Miller will have a 1-and-1.
And Logan's next one will be their 5th. So we're going to shoot some fouls, folks. It's going to determine this basketball game. Some say that this guy right here is the state's best basketball player. We'll find out. How about a little change here defensively, man-to-man for Vic Herbert's club.
Payne got it. Here he comes.
Yeah, he does. And he is really hot, the sophomore. 2 threes, and then goes inside, posts up, and hits a short jumper.
Murphy from the outside, tracked down by Miller. Well, he might not win the state's player of the year, but he's certainly stating his case.
Well, and I'll tell you, he's a clutch player. He wants the ball. How about this? You kidding me?
That's his 5th three-pointer. Beckley to within 6.
I'll tell you what it is about Wilson. He shoots it when you least expect it to happen. He comes down, just stops and pops.
Minter working against Payne, and they'll call the offensive foul.
Well, Payne tried to get this the last time against Minter, This time he gets a little bit in and gets the call in his favor as he lines up a position on the drive by Robert Minner.
Driving his shoulder in there is what got him caught.
Wilson right there, not Robert Wilson. Mike Wilson reading the defense, setting it up. Bingo! Call it, doctor, Tony, call it, doctor. This is unbelievable.
He's got 6 3-pointers. Beckley has come back to within 3, and they'll call the foul out front against the Flying Eagles.
You know, you wonder, each time you go down the floor, you wonder what you're going to see next. If it's going to be a 3-pointer, it's going to be a great play off the drive. This is one super basketball game. Anything and everything you could ask for.
The long-range gunner, Mike Wilson there, picks up his personal foul, his first personal. 1-and-1, Banks takes it down. Got it with one hand over Staples.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Staples.
I'll tell you, think these guys could shoot or what? Don't think there's not some defense being played out here, because there is, folks.
Miller posts up inside and scores 2 more.
Yeah, he caught Wilson that time, and Vic Herbert called that one for the bench. Stick it inside, stick it inside.
Watch out for Wilson. He'll pull at any time. Here's Colasurto, stripped by Murphy.
Let's see what happens. Crucial part of the game, 3-minute mark. Got to protect the ball, get a good shot. Vanny's timeouts, Logan.
Miller watches it go off of his fingertips. A costly turnover for the Wildcats with 3 minutes and 6 seconds to play. 75-70, Logan.
That was a crucial turnover there, because he was going to score a layup there. He had great advantage.
Wilson can't get it to fall. The long rebound out to Banks. 3-on-1. Murphy. They'll call a block. And Glenn Staples is out of the ball game. That's his 5th personal foul.
Numbers advantage. You wondered just which way the call was going to go. I think it was a good call. Let's take a look. I don't think he got there set quite enough. Did not get there soon enough.
And so Beckley's all-time leading scorer, senior center Glenn Staples, fouls out with 11 points. And all he can give for his team now is encouragement.
Well, you're going to ask guys like Fleener coming in to replace him, but Payne has played well. Colasurto's had spots and spurts offensively, but the big guy, Wilson, the senior, is going to have to maybe take charge here.
Dave Barksdale, the head coach, who we mentioned, uses that positive reinforcement, giving encouragement to Glenn Staples as he goes to the bench. DeAndre Murphy has just 5 points, but some very important foul shots here. Wildcats by 7 inside of 3 minutes to play.
Man-to-man defense, Logan.
Colasurto for 3.
Right side is 3, Colasurto.
Neither team can afford here to turn the basketball over, because both clubs are shooting so well.
Fleener with the good effort forces the turnover. Logan gives it up. Beckley down 4 will take it with 2:22 to play.
Yeah, Miller came down softly, but nobody came out to meet him. A great overplay defense by Fleener that time to cause the turnover.
Hamby inside over Rush.
We're looking at a 2-point game at the 2-minute mark. Vic Herbert calling a play.
Banks to Rush. The big guy puts it in on the floor. for three. Beautiful save. Out front, Miller steals.
Boy, you got to finish it off here. You got the advantage.
Miller went up in the air and forced the turnover himself. Logan leads by 4.
Boy, mark that one down. That might be a real key.
Hamby. Rebound down to Murphy.
They get a timeout, Dick.
Timeout will be taken by the Wildcats. Dave Barksdale trying to lead his team back. 1:01 to play. The Wildcats, Vic Herbert trying to hang on to the lead. We'll be back.
When you've got things to do or people to see, you don't need to be slowed down. That's why you gotta go for Go-Mart. We keep you going with good things to eat and drink and quality Go-Mart gasoline, so you can be on your way. And Go-Mart's open all day, every day, even holidays. When you want to keep going, go for Go-Mart.
Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart. Go for good. Go for Go-Mart.
Welcome back, everyone. 79-75. Logan, 1 minute and 1 second away from the Class AAA State Championship. And that is not an incorrect stat you're seeing there. That's right, 12 for 33 from three-point range for Beckley. Logan, 1 for 5. And Beckley's Mike Wilson with 6 three-pointers. Dave Barksdale trying to engineer a comeback here.
Boy, Beckley's great. He's out of bounds stealing this basketball. They've been this all week. You better watch.
Inbounds to Rush. Nearly stepped over into the backcourt. Ball is loose. Banks is fouled with 54 seconds to play.
Banks is talking to Robert Minard, saying, where were you? I was in deep trouble there.
That was on the Flying Eagles 32. Colacerto is 4th.
Ryan Colacerto picks up number 4. And that will send Darrell Banks to the free throw line.
On the line, Darrell Banks will be shooting 1 and 1.
He played a game or what, Tony?
Jay, he averages 9 points per game. He's got 23 tonight. Colacerto takes down the miss. Beckley down by 5.
Here comes a 3 from someplace.
Wilson. Hamby will try another 3. Fleener can't hold on to the rebound. It will go to Beckley with 33 seconds to play.
Right, in that timeout, Dave Barksdale said, let's go for the 3s, because the last rebound, they grabbed and pushed it back outside.
Inbounds, Wilson, stolen by Murphy to Banks. Minter. And they'll call the foul on Darrell Banks with 26 seconds to play. Beckley will go to the line, down by 5. They can trim that deficit to just 3.
That was on Logan's 32, Darrell
They'll
Banks.
pressure right out of this and start to take some fouls. They won't be able to be choosy on who they foul for Logan, though.
Checking in for Beckley, 34, Mike Robertson.
Mike Robertson, the defensive specialist for this Beckley team, will replace Ryan Colasurto.
I think Colasurto is not as quick as Robertson is. Okay, that's a cool customer on the foul line right there.
It's a 4-point game with 23 seconds to play, and Murphy will go to the foul line.
Yeah, he wanted that, Tony. He held on to the basketball. He could have really pushed it out there, but I think he wanted to shoot these fouls.
Checking back in for the Flying Eagles, 32, Colasurto.
So Mike Wilson picks up the personal, and DeAndre Murphy will step up.
Number 4, Murphy, shooting 1 and 1.
Murphy's 2 for 4 at the line tonight. The Logan fans are ready to storm this court. The Wildcats lead it by 5 with 23 seconds to play.
Excuse me, Tony, looking across the court, I see Willie Akers, the Logan coach of 4 championships. Only championships ever won by Logan High School, and Willie has them.
Timeout is taken by Logan. That'll be the last timeout for the Wildcats with 23 seconds to play. 82-76. Logan leads it. The Wildcats led by 4 at the half, 42-38. They fell behind by 4 in the third quarter and then came back and have been in control in this fourth quarter. For those of you that have never had the fortune of attending this state tournament, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing, and this is what it's all about. This is what the people are talking about every March when it comes to the state tournament.
11,794.
Shea Fleener, the sophomore, with a look of determination in that Beckley huddle. The Flying Eagles down by 6. You see the scoring leaders, Banks, 23 to lead Logan. And Mike Wilson with those 6 3-pointers has 19.
You know, this Logan basketball team has really gone through some problems this year with Murphy and some other things, some people hurt, and they've come right back. Look at the hearts and the souls of those Beckley. They're still alive, but they know it's faint.
Inbounds, Wilson. Beckley needs a 3. Wilson goes for 2, and Beckley will take a timeout. Wilson takes the easy 2, and the Flying Eagles now down by 4 with 16 seconds to play, and still a lot of basketball to go here, Jay.
Well, there is, Tony. Just looking up the clock, trying to figure out what Wilson might have been thinking, but I can see what it was. He came down, they got the ball in his hands, and they were covering on the perimeter, so they were looking for Wilson to arc up the 3. I think he just used his head and continued on and took what was given to him and went in and laid it for 2, and right away used their last time out. So by Dave Barksdale, I thought did a good job of setting up both combinations. And there's the Logan bench.
And then turn and come flying back to the basketball. Okay, so we can get it to you. You got to use a good fake. Now, you understand? Under 10 seconds, let's make sure that we let the ball roll.
Inside the Logan huddle, the Wildcats rebounding. You see Miller with 14 rebounds. That's for your point guard. 14 rebounds, and Glenn Staples, who was fouled out, finished up with 10. 16 seconds to play. Now, likely they're going to go for the steal here. If they don't get it, immediately foul and put Logan on the line for the 1-and-1. That's correct. Minter into Banks. He's a good foul shooter, and he'll have a chance to prove his worth. Mike Robertson commits that foul, and that is his 5th. The 6'3" senior is out of the ball game. He becomes the second Beckley player to foul out. Robertson, a defensive specialist on this Beckley team. And Jay, when they go back and take a look at this game, statistically, the key that's going to stick out at them is the rebounds. Logan with 48, Beckley with 31.
And I think also foul shooting. These teams are pretty evenly matched, Tony, and that will really determine.
Here's Banks. Oh, what a night it is for Darryl Banks. It's a 6-point Logan lead. Colasurto can't get it to fall. Murphy down to Minter. Logan will win it.
You wanted a championship game. You wanted a premier event. You got it tonight. What a high school basketball game as Logan and Beckley battle down to the wire before Logan finally comes away with a victory. 86-78, the story of the game. What about Juicy Banks? 25 points. Incredible. We're coming back with more. The final once again, 86-78. Logan wins the AAA title. Back after these messages.
Shoot for the top at the University of Charleston. Don't pass off an opportunity for an exciting education. Take your interest in sports and academics to new heights with one of UC's 40 majors, from sports medicine to interior design. You'll get the personal attention you need to be the best and the hands-on experience you need to work with the pros. A good education, challenging sports, and great campus life. Shoot for the top and go for it at UC. For more information, contact the admissions office at the University of Charleston.
Ask you to clear the floor, please, and we'll proceed with the award ceremonies right away. If you clear the floor, please. Clear the floor, please. We'll proceed with the award ceremonies.
We're going right. Back at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. You see the score. The Logan Wildcats defeat the Beckley Flying Eagles. 86-78. Look at that scene on the court. The fans of Logan celebrating. On the other end of the court, well, a scene as you might imagine. The disappointed Beckley fans, nothing to be ashamed of, but they came so close. So close for Dave Barksdale, but he won't win the second title. All right. Jay Jacobs is standing by with winning coach Vic Herbert. Jay?
I'm here with Vic Herbert, the winning coach. And Vic, the first question, you got two evenly matched teams here tonight. I thought great rebounding and foul shooting were the keys.
I thought that's what I told him over there a little earlier. I think foul shooting, well, I didn't mention that, but I thought the rebounding edge on our part, 15, 16 rebounds as far as the edge goes to us, I think that was a big difference. I also think when we went out of the extended 2-3 zone and went man-to-man after they made that run on us and got the lead, I think that was a big difference too.
How about the great play of Darrell Banks? He stepped it up tonight.
You know, he's a guy that you probably at least expect to do a job like he did as far as our starters go, and real happy with that.
Well, we'll take a look right here. You see some plays on the inside there, and some outstanding plays by your club. And here's the last bucket coming down, Vic. How about describing that one?
Hey, Robert Miller getting up there for that exclamation point on the dunk. That was super. You know, Robert's had a great career for us. These seniors just deserve this. I'm real happy for them.
Vic, a great job. A year where ups and downs, but when all counts, you take the big one home.
It's great. You know, Willie's got 4 of them. I don't think I'll ever catch up with him, but I know how he feels now when he's won his.
Congratulations. And now let's go back to Hoppy Kercheval.
Thank you, Jay Jacobs. Vic Herbert. A well-deserved victory there. All right, Jay, let's go back to you and Tony Caridi. Some final thoughts on this victory by Logan tonight.
School Activities Commission staff, I would like to thank everyone for being a part of this.
All right, thank you very much, Hoppy Kercheval. 86-78 in what has become a record-setting state tournament. Over 80,000 fans have flocked in to see this event over the last 4 days, and the Logan Wildcats emerge with the championship, 86-78, and so fittingly, one of the least publicized players on this Logan team comes away with the big game, Darrell Banks with 25 points. Executive producer, Dale Miller. Today's game produced by Mike Parsons, directed by Nick Smith. The associate producer was Alan Hercules, and all the other fine folks who brought you the sights and sounds of this 78 West Virginia State Championship Tournament. Celebration time for the Logan Wildcats. Let's go back up top to Hoppy.
High school basketball begins in West Virginia. A number of months ago, hopes and dreams by young players who can only dream of getting to Charleston in the state high school basketball championship. Then a few teams, 21 teams, make it here to Wednesday of this week in mid-March. It's West Virginia's version of March Madness, hoping that they can make it to the championship game, the final round. In the end, 6 teams will make it to this Saturday event, and in the end, 3 will emerge as champions. Tonight, 2 outstanding teams squared off for the AAA title, and the